So, new road plates, been forming a lot of debate online recently. Some people really like them, some people absolutely hate them. I get both sides. Like I say, I'm definitely in the middle, but the use for me for using these new road plates is, like I said, size, because if you can see, this is a corner road plate for the new ones and this is a corner road plate for the old ones. Quite a bit different in size. However, when it comes to corners, I have to agree that these old ones are so much better, because this isn't a corner. This is absolutely terrible. And yeah, this is basically the only way in which you can actually create a corner with the new road plates, which is pretty much you pop out one of the 2x2 tiles and put it the other direction to kind of create this weird, awkward angle, which, yeah, doesn't really solve anything. So I've been trying to rack my brains around actually how to even kind of make it a little bit better. And actually the set that kind of got me looking at this was the Sesame Street set from last year, as it does have some kind of those new rounded corners and stuff. And that kind of got me thinking of, could I use those pieces to round it off? And what I've come up with is pretty terrible. However, it is at least a start to try and get some sort of curvature to these corner plates. Okay, so what I've quickly done here is, this is obviously a normal corner road plate from the new road settings. Now, I don't have enough of the plates to show the tutorial kind of style that I had been thinking about how to do it from the previous video. So what I've done at the moment, I've just raised them up on some plates at the kind of at the bottom, but these ideally would be on 2 plates as they kind of have been doing them recently. So basically the only kind of way I thought of actually curving these roads was, like I said, using these Sesame Street kind of pieces. So for the outside, I thought you could actually use one of these. It's like a 4x4 round kind of piece. And what you do here is you just take off these side pieces right here, and then you can just clip this in around the 3rd piece like so. Now obviously you're going to now have gaps around the sides, but you can fill that in with obviously 2 1x1 pieces right here, and then some of the dark ones, because obviously you would have the dark pavement behind at the moment, of the weird little triangle pieces, the rounded ones, because if you can actually clip those in backwards here just to try and tidy up that corner as best as possible. And that's kind of how you would maybe do that outside corner. I think it looks okay. It does still look really angular, but that is kind of the closest we have. Hopefully if Lego actually came out with a more rounded piece, maybe there is one that I don't know about that could come out more to here, then that would be a lot better. But that was the only one I thought for that. And then for a corner piece right here is actually just using one of the other ones, the even thinner one, because there's only really 2 that I can see that are available. And to do this, you would have to really still keep that sand base plate on display, which is really annoying. So obviously if you're doing this, make sure that the piece underneath would be actually one of the dark grey ones instead. But I can just quickly move those 2 out the way for this one. And obviously each of the modulars are different with this tiling, but it's actually a little bit easier, I think, with the corner garage, because these have these massive ones like so. And then for this inside bit here, again, you would just use another one of those pieces to kind of clip in to hide up the corner. So obviously that is nothing like the old road plates, which look a lot better and a lot more curved than that. But that is basically the best that I could think up of how to actually do a corner without it being the really jagged edges that we saw at the beginning. So as I said, the new road plates are not the greatest for doing corners at all, but I think this at least kind of corners it off a little bit. But I'd love to know if you guys have had any way better ideas, or even seen any way better versions of how you can actually do these corners, because I'd be really interested to know. But like I said, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment for my city, so we'll have to see how it all kind of pans out, and maybe you can see it with a couple of corners to see if that actually looks any better. But yeah, these ones, you can't go wrong. These are way better rounded corners. You know, you've got way more space, way more ease to do it. And actually, even when you're trying to tile up the sides and things around these older ones, it was a lot harder to do with current Lego bricks, because they haven't got those angles. So hopefully in the future, if Lego actually make any angles like that, and make these older road plates look better, and hopefully will help us to mock the corners for the new road plates a lot better as well. But anyways, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you absolutely loved it, then how about subscribe? And as always, have an absolute awesome day. I really do wish Lego did a more rounded piece than this, because it's the same with the track as well. There's either like one curve and that's it, and it just really does make it hard at times to try and mock more of a rounded corner piece. But it's kind of what we got to go with at the moment.